So yes, hello everybody. Today we are going a new series on. So we are going to start the chapter, and hopefully we are going to end this in the video. The chapter's name is motion. So let me do something here. The things. I'm just hoping that you all guys are going to get what is needed on to yourself. Okay. I'm making this particular series in English. Hopefully, if your support was remarkable, then I will also shoot this video in English or in Hindi also. So the chapter's name is motion. It is of class ninth. So let us hope that you guys will support me. Now, moving forward, so there are there are actually mhm, so there are actually what you will say. First of all, what is motion? So basically, my dear friends, what is motion? So let us consider that this is a body, and there are some trees over there, there are some trees over there, and this is a road. Now these all are the trees. Okay, so these all are the trees. Now I am seeing this particular object at t is equal to 0. Remember a concept very very carefully, that whenever we see a object, that the particular time in which we are seeing that particular object is going to, we are considering this particular time as 0 seconds. Okay, so for me the time is going to continue, of course, but for me, as a person, who as an observer, who is going to observe and who is going to study all these things, eventually going to learn and find that this particular time is going to be, for me it is my initial time. Okay, now if with respect to time, now listen very very carefully. With respect to time, with respect to particular time, when the surroundings of a particular object is going to change, then then those particular type of movement is called motion. Remember, I am telling the movement as motion, and which type of movement? The movement through which our surroundings are going to be changed. Okay, now, so I think that we are clear. So now I am going to tell you that there are actually two types of motion, and how I am going there are actually two types of motion. One is uniform, and another is non-uniform. Okay, so if now be very confident and be very careful. If with respect to equal time, I am taking the time in an equal interval. For example, I am seeing this particular car at t is equal to 0 second, and then I am going to see at t is equal to 1 second, then I am going to see at t equal to 2 second. Let me clear for the better understanding. So whenever you are going to see a whenever you are going to see such types of thing, then for that purpose, suppose I have a particular body, I am going to see at t is equal to 0 second, then I am going to see at t equal to 1 second, then I am going to see this particular thing at t equal to 2 second. Now for the example, if in particular in the particular time interval respect, so with respect to the particular time interval, if the distance that is being covered by the body is going to be equal, the distance which are going to be covered by the same time of interval. Now you can take the time interval as 2 second also, you can take the time interval as 3 second also. Whichever the time you are willing to do, you can do so. So this is the particular thing. So the distance that is being covered by this particular object is going to be equal. If it is going to be equal, then the motion or the movement that we are observing is going to be known as uniform motion. Okay, and if this particular distance that we are seeing is not going to equal, then Of course, we are going to see that this is not a uniform motion, which means that it is a non-uniform motion. Suppose for an example, if I'm going to take this particular thing and suppose we are going to take this particular thing and I'm going to take this particular thing over there and then over there. So basically what you are seeing is this, that in this is the time per time interval that is equal to 1 second, and this is the time interval that is equal to on 2 second. Okay, so what is what is over there? So this is the particular distance, I'm calling it as d1, and this is the particular distance which I am calling it d2. So I hope that so as you are seeing that d1 is not equal to d2, so it is going to be it is going to clear to you. So the two types of motion are over there. Now I am going to tell you quickly about the graphs. So what is the graph particular thing, and what the people that are thinking that what is the graph, and the graphical analysis of this type of motion. For example, I am taking the graph. So this is my graph paper. Okay, so this is my graph particular paper. Just a second. So this is my graph paper, this is my graph. So here I am taking t as on this axis, and on this particular axis I am taking as a distance. So whenever in equal time interval the distance that are being covered are going to be equal, then such type of motion is going to be called as uniform motion. So this particular graph is from uniform motion. And for the non-uniform motion, you can draw any type of graph. You can draw this particular type of graph, or this particular type of graph, or any particular thing, or maybe this particular type of graph. Any graph that you are going to show is going to be a non-uniform type of graph. Again, I am taking distance or the displacement into that particular axis and time into that particular axis. Now here I have just said a word that is distance or displacement. So now I am going further and moving to the next particular thing, which is scalars and vectors. Okay, so basically the thing that we are going to see is quantities. So let me write to you is quantities. So basically what is quantities? Quantities is basically the measure of amount of anything. For example, temperature, I am going to measure the degree of hotness or coldness. So that is a quantity. For example, weight, i I am I am feeling something heavier. So the degree of heaviness is called weight. Okay. Similarly, all those things can be considered as quantities. Actually, it is quantities. Okay. Now, so the quantities are of two types. It is the first one is scalar, and second one is vector. Okay. So scalars and vectors. Okay. So now be very careful over there, because those quantities which are very those quantities which are which can what you will say which can be measured, and no direction is required in measuring them. For example, if I have to measure the temperature, I don't need any type of directions so that I can get the only temperature. uh, Basically same thing it will goes as weight also. So those particular things which don't requires any distance or direction, those quantities can be told as, or can be known as scalar quantities. Okay. Now again we are going to see then what are the vector quantities. So those particular quantities which have the magnitude, that is the number, and another thing, that is direction or the way that I am going to pointing you. Now for a very good example, so for the temperature and for the weight, uh, सो बेसिकली इफ़ अगर मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि भैया टेम्परेचर मुझे नापना है, तो मैं टेम्परेचर नाप सकता हूँ, मेरे को डिस्टेंस की ज़रूरत नहीं होगी, और मुझे वैक्टर्स नापना है तो मुझे बोलना पड़ता है. फॉर एग्जांपल मैं आपको बहुत बड़ा अच्छा एग्जांपल दूँ इसके ऊपर, डैट इफ़ अ पर्टिकुलर पर्सन इज केम ओवर मी एंड सेड टू मी, भैया ये बताओ मुझे आप क्या कहते हैं कि मुझे चौराहा जाना है, मुझे XYZ चौराहा जाना है, मैं कैसे जाऊँ. तो मैं बोलूँगा कि भैया एक काम करो, आप सीधे से लेफ्ट लेफ्ट मुड़ जाओ, सीधे से लेफ्ट मुड़ जाओ. सो व्हाट आई एम डूइंग इज, I am pointing the finger over there and seeing and telling them that brother, this is the way, in this particular way you can go over there. This is the particular thing. So I am telling the direction over there. So this is the thing. So when the direction came into the play, here comes the way. Now अब आप लोग मुझसे पूछो. Now you will going to ask me a question that the example that I gave to you, into this, that only particular thing that I have mentioned is only and only direction. Where is that particular thing magnitude? So now, for example, if I am standing over there, and I am going and someone tells me that brother, you have to go in a straight line. Okay, so for me this is my distance. For me this is my distance. Okay, and if a particular man used to tell me that brother, you have to again come back to over there, so I will say okay, I'm going to come back over there, no problem. So what is over there, what I did is this, that just a second. So I have to come back over there. Again I have did the same mistake, let me figure it out. So again I have to come over there. So at initial time, for example, t is equal to 0 second on which I started the journey, and at t is equal to some initial time which for which I have just going to tell you. I am just completed my journey, the initial time and the final time, that particular time in which I am standing at that particular point, and the point and the time when I am started my journey with this particular point, and when I landed, the journey is been completed. So that is the way. Now I covered any distance? No. So but actually I have covered something. So that in that particular sense I have covered the displacement factor. What I have did, I have just displaced. So my displacement is going to be 0. But I have covered a distance, particular distance. But suppose it is of 5 meters, so 5 meter of this particular side, and 5 meter to this particular side. So I have covered the distance of 10 kilometers or 10 meters or 10 unit. But the displacement of mine is going to be 0, because I have not displaced to that particular point. I hope that I am clear over there. Now, so this is the difference between distance and displacement. Now in the junior section, what the heck is going on here? Okay, in the junior section, section you have learned a formula which is called speed. Now we are going to redefining that particular thing. So what is the speed? Speed, basically, if I ask you what is the speed, then the answer should be of yours that bhaiya, the speed is going to be displacement distance upon time. Okay, so the particular thing that I have covered into a particular distance, okay, into time. But if in that particular situation, in that particular scenario, what would be my speed? Because the distance that I have covered is something, but I am not but at that particular time I am not doing something. So here the term is that we are going to redefine is called velocity. It is called velocity. Okay, it is a vector quantity. Of course it has the direction. Speed doesn't have any direction, it has direction. So displacement, the formula is displacement upon time. Okay, so that particular thing is called displacement upon time. I hope that I am clear over there. Now, so I have defined you what is the distance, I have defined you what is the displacement. Now I am coming to the next further topics, and which is acceleration. Okay, which is acceleration. So what the heck is acceleration? Now, so acceleration is basically the change. Acceleration is nothing but the change. Okay, so the change that I am going to use, let me just a few seconds, I'm taking you just all right. We are there. Okay, we are there. Okay, we are live. Okay, So this is the particular thing that I am going to tell you. This is the particular thing. So I'm telling you the acceleration. So the rate of change of displacement, or the rate of change of displacement, is called uh, okay, sorry, I'm sorry, the rate of change of velocity, the rate of change of velocity, the rate of change of velocity with respect to time is called acceleration. Now listen very carefully. I have defined velocity. I'm redefining the velocity in a professional manner. That is rate of change of displacement. Here, understand my words. Displacement upon time. That is, if I am over there and I have just go back over there, then my velocity is going to be zero. So my acceleration is also going to be zero. But for an instance, my displacement is this, and this is what all I have now. So this is the particular thing, that is velocity, and velocity is being dependent on the displacement. So the rate of change of displacement, so the displacement must have some finite value. It doesn't going to be equal to be zero. Okay, because if it is going to be zero, then it is going to create a problem. So what the acceleration is? Acceleration is nothing but the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. It is going to be acceleration. Okay, now again we are going to move forward. Just a second. Again we are going to move forward, and I am going to tell you what the acceleration actually means. So acceleration is, so this is that particular thing is called acceleration. Now if we are, so the what this particular thing is, this particular symbol that I have just that I have drawn with the V symbol. V is the velocity, V is for velocity, and delta is for delta. So this particular symbol, it is a Greek letter which is the meaning of delta. Now so this particular thing is for change. What is it for? It is for change. That is, for example, if I have something, I have 5 and I have 2. So the change between two. So what I will do, what I will call it as, I will call it the delta between the 5 and 2. Okay, so the delta between 5 and 2 is 3. Either it's going to be negative or it's going to be positive. That we don't have to consider it. But this is the delta. That is going to be the difference or the change. Okay. Now, so I am going to tell you that if I have to open that particular thing, then there is a final velocity and there is an initial velocity divided by time. Now, so what is it? I have particular box over there, and that particular box is displaced over there in a particular time period t. It has covered some distance d. Okay, it is clear. Displacement, sorry, because we are dealing with the vector quantity. Okay. Now, so this particular thing is this. Now, this is the t. Great. So actually let me call it as delta t, because here the time that we are going to use is of course the change, because we are taking it 0 when we are taking at some particular point of time. But if it is not going to be 0, then also the formula is going to be valid. I am telling you the general case. Now if that particular thing is going to clear up to there, then so I am call it the speed, or in which the with which that particular box, that particular hacking box is going to jump over there. That is called initial velocity, which we call it as bi or u. Remember the symbols very carefully, which we call it as u. Okay, and the velocity with which it is going to be moving at that particular point of time, this is going to be vf subscript for final velocity, and this is going to be what you will say, we will call it as v. Okay, so that particular formula is nothing but v minus u upon t. Okay, so that particular thing is called, we are taking it as acceleration. Again you will going to solve all these problems into your copy, so that the things are going to clear up to there. Now for example, if I have a problem, that the initial velocity of a body, is given to as 2 meter per second, and the final velocity of the particle is given to as 3 meter, not 3, let me just call it as not 3, let me just call it as 10 meter per second. Okay, and the time is required, and the time with which this particular thing is going to overtake into this is, let's say, 5 seconds. Not 5 seconds, let me call it as 4 seconds, so that my data is going to be good. So if I have to, so what is the acceleration? It has been asked to us that what is the acceleration. So again, it is very good for us. So acceleration is going to be v minus u upon t. Very good, we are good now. So my final loss is going to be 10, initial is going to be 2 divided by 4. So the result, that is 8 over 4, that the result that is going to be 2 meter per second square. This is the unit. Now I am telling you a very crucial thing, that that particular number is in positive, that particular number is positive, which means that the body has increased its speed, that is, it is called acceleration or a positive acceleration. Okay, now I am telling you another example. Let's take that particular example, and I am going to change something that is very very good to you. Just a second, just a second. And now what I have did is, I have taken that particular thing as 12 meter per second. Okay, and the final velocity is going to be 2 meter per second, and again this time is going to be 4 seconds. I think the time is going to be 4 seconds now. So again, into the solution portion, a is equal to v minus u over t. Very good. So again, that is 2 minus 12 upon t, that is 4 seconds. Now my data is going to be changed a bit, but no problem. So minus 10 over 4, which is nothing, but it is, if I am not wrong, that is 2.5. So that is minus of 2.5 meter per second square. Now here the data is going to be clear to all you guys. Now what that particular data is, so that is 2 minus 12 over 4, that is minus 10 over 4. Be very good into this. What I have did is, okay, so that particular thing is minus 2.5 meter per second square, that the unit is meter per second square. Now be very careful over there, because that particular number is in negative direction, which eventually is going to mean you that this particular box which is kept over which is kept at that particular point is moving with a velocity of 12, which means it is moving faster. At that after some particular point of time, it is going to be slower, that is with 2 meter per second. So this particular time frame thing is going to be constant. The distance frame is going to be as moderate, but the velocity change is going to be different. So this time the velocity is going to be decreased. So such type of acceleration in which the velocity is going to be decreased, in which that velocity is going to be decreased, which we call it as deceleration or negative acceleration, which can be called as d. But in the classical books you don't find d, you will find as minus a, which is considered as negative acceleration, which means if in any problem you will see minus a, that's particular eventually going to mean you that with respect to time or over the period of time, the velocity framework is going to decrease over the time. So this is it. So the time with respect to time, either, so how that particular thing is going to be possible, either the mover of the vehicle, or any for example, let it box called as car. So the car driver is going to apply some brakes. So this is the practical life example in which you can take your things as good as you will. Now we will move forward. So until there we have just covered minus a, v, u, t. D is for displacement, and s, sorry, I did something wrong. S is for displacement and d is for distance. Be very careful, it is for distance, which means we are taking it as a scalar quantity, and s is for displacement. You can take whatever you want to take, but I am telling you which is being written in the NCERT book. Okay, now if we are clear up to there, then I don't think that we have to do some particular thing. Okay, now we are going to move forward with the classical things that is being presented into your mind. By the classical order, we have to study graphs. We have to study graphs. With respect, the graphs that I'm going to tell you is the syllabus that I'm going to cover you is with the NCERT syllabus. So so you have to cover the graphs. Now, the first graph that we are going to take it as acceleration versus time graph. That is with respect to time. If acceleration is going to be positive, if the acceleration is going to be positive, if the acceleration is going to be positive, then it might be this. Okay, if acceleration is going to be negative, that is, a mover has had just applied the brake, then it is going to be something like that. If the acceleration is going to be as constant as that, which means the car has been accelerating. For example, if I am driving a bike or riding a bike, then I have put it my accelerator. This is the I have put it the accelerator up to there. I have just rotated at that particular accelerator to that particular position, from this position to this position, and that particular thing, and I have just moved my hand steadily, so that I am not increasing my accelerator or not decreasing my accelerator. So it is like that. The acceleration is going to be constant, so this is particular thing. Now, moving forward to that particular point. So we have did all those things now. So that particular thing is for graphs, acceleration versus time graph. So that is acceleration versus time graph. There are several types of graph which you will going to study furthermore. I am not going in detail because the graph portion is for that particular instance, for up to you guys, is not as much as important as you are willing to do so. This is important, this is very very important, but not as much as important. Of course I will tell you all this particular thing, but I don't have any question of formation. Now let us just do, as I've told you that I don't have questions, so let us try a one question with respect to my mind. For example, for us it is given to us that this is the time frame graph, this is the time graph, this is time versus what you will say, let us say it as acceleration graph. Okay, and let us suppose that this particular graph, this is the particular thing. Okay, so this is the particular time 0, this is the particular time 2 seconds. Okay, this is the particular thing, this particular thing, what you will say that let it call as 2 and let it call as 0. Okay, so with respect to time, the acceleration is going to be decreased, but what should be the type of the motion? Okay, it is given to us, it is given to us that this particular point of time, at time t equal to 0, at time t equal to 0, the velocity of the vehicle is given to us as the velocity of the vehicle is given to us, let us say 4 meter per second. So what at time t equal to 1 second. Okay, I have just misprinted that particular thing, so you don't have to be bothered about this. So 1.2 seconds. So here we have to do a particular well solved thing. Okay, how we are going to do so that particular thing. Let us redraw the graph. Let us just a second. Let us redraw the graph. The problem is going to be more complicated, and for the beginner level, I don't want you guys to be in trouble. So let us consider that this is the graph. Okay, this is going to be good. This is going to be graph. So at that particular point of time, okay. So at that particular point of time, let us revisit it. So now I have to, at time t equal to 1 second, we have to find that what should be the velocity of the particular vehicle. So how we are going to find that particular solution? We are simply going to apply a is equal to v minus u over t. It is a very predominant question for you guys. Okay, how you are going to find it? So this particular thing is over there. We have given that v is going to find us. We have to find us. This is the acceleration which is given to us as 2. because from the graph it is clear that the acceleration is going to be 2, and it is constant over the prolonged period of time of 1 second. Okay, so time which we are going to take it as 1 second. This is acceleration, that particular acceleration is going to be as 2 second. We have to find u. Okay, now I have the limitation of the space, that is why I'm zooming it. I hope that you will not do it. So what I am trying to do is just a second. Okay, so what is over there? We have a is equal to 2. Okay, I think that particular thing is very good, very simple. 2 final velocity is of course not known to us. Initial velocity is of course known to us as 4. Okay, is going to 4 as going to be known as 4, and this is the time particular thing, and which is going to given to us 1. Okay, so this particular thing is 1. So 1, now with that particular help of solution, 1 is going to multiply over there, so that is equal to 2. 4 is being displaced over there, that is going to equal to 4. 2 plus 4, that is 6. This is 6 meter per second. So this is my particular thing. So that at that particular thing, this is going to be 6 meter per second. Okay, now we are moving further. So we have covered that particular scenario. Now I am going to tell you about the equation of motion. Okay, the equation of motion. So basically the first equation of motion, that is, so these all three equations are very important for you guys. So the first equation that I am going to derive to you is in such a format that you should have taken the screenshot of those. So basically what is it? So we have taken that a is equal to v minus u upon t. You all have known that particular equation. It is nothing but the acceleration. I have multiplied t over 2 there, so at is equal to v minus u. Okay, very good. Displace u over there. Okay, displace u over there. So I have at plus u is equal to v. Okay, so I have displaced that particular thing over there. Okay, very good. So I have v is equal to u plus at. This is my first equation of motion. This particular thing is given as the feeling of how the accelerator is going to work onto that particular thing. For a very good instance and for a very good example, if I will explain you that this is my particular block car. Okay, this is my particular block car. Very good. I have taken that it as a equation of 2. Okay, and the initial velocity is going to be 0. So after t equal to 1 second, the velocity is going to be, the acceleration is going to add up into the velocity with as time is equal to, so time is equal to 1 second. So what is going to be? It is going to be 2. After 1 second, again the acceleration, which is 2, is going to add 2 into this particular velocity, and we will have 4. After t is equal to 3 seconds, that particular acceleration is going to add up into this, because still we have acceleration a is equal to 2, acceleration a is equal to 2. That particular acceleration is going to add 2 into that particular velocity, and we will have resulting as 6 meter per second. This is the velocity. So it is obvious that the speed of the vehicle is going to increase, so the distance that has been covered by that particular vehicle is also going to be increased. So this distance is going to be small, while this, actually I have to call it as displacement. So this is the displacement. So that particular displacement is going to be lesser. This is going to be more lesser. This is going to be a bit more larger than compared to those particular things. Okay, so this is the basic criteria of understanding it. Now here you have u, that is u, that is 0, a, that is 2, and t, that is equal to 1. So this is going to be added over there. Now again, if I'm going to try to that particular thing, so I have a as 2, t as 1, sorry, t as, yes, t as I have t as 2. So I have a is equal to 2, t is equal to 2, and u, that is the initial velocity, and the initial velocity is given to us as 0. So I have 4 as the answer. Now again we have 4 as the answer, if you have take a bit closer to it. who this is the particular thing, and I hope that you are guys are up to here for me. Now I am traveling more forward, and I'm going to derive the second equation and third equation simultaneously so that you guys will don't mess up over there. Okay. So in the for finding the particular displacement thing, we have to find the second equation of motion, we have to find the displacement. So for that particular displacement, particular type of thing, we have to draw a particular figure. A particular figure means we have to draw a graph. So this is my particular graph. Okay, let us suppose this is my graph and this particular graph is being like that. Let us just supposing that I have the acceleration versus time graph. Let us just a second. I think that let's do a particular bit of change, and I have given it as V versus T graph. Okay, so it is good over there. So V versus T graph. Okay, we have to find the displacement. So displacement is nothing but the area under the curve. So we have to find that particular thing. We have to find that particular area. This particular thing will give it as negative. Because why? Because this is the final velocity which is a greater, and this is the initial velocity which is lower, and so my final velocity is going to be greater than the initial velocity. So we will eventually I have to get minus a. So we don't have to find minus a as my constant. So that is why I'm not doing all those things. I'm just telling you that this is my particular type of graph, and I have just drawn this particular type of figure where I have considered that if the vehicle have some initial velocity, the vehicle finally have some final velocity, the vehicle have some time. This is the time t. Okay, this is the particular time that is going to be 0. This is the time axis. This is the velocity axis. In order to find the displacement, we have to get the area. So that particular area is divided into two portions. This is the first portion, this is the second portion. Okay, this is the first portion, this is the second portion. So we have to find that particular thing, and how we are going to find it, that particular instant. So what we are trying to do is, first of all, we are going to find that particular first area, and for the first area it is clear that it is a triangle, half into base. So what the hell is base? Base is nothing but this particular thing. Okay, so that particular width is nothing but t, and what is the height? Height is nothing but v minus u. Okay, so this is the height of the triangle. So that is v minus u. So what I have, the first area of the triangle is v minus u into t over t. Okay, very good. Now this is the first particular type of area. For the second particular type of area, it is very clear. It is very clear. Second type of particular area is nothing but a rectangle. Rectangle means L into B. So what is the length? Length is T. This particular is T, and this particular thing is called, this particular height is going to equal to this, that is equal to U. So displacement is going to be equal as displacement is equal to first area plus second area, first area plus second area, and the first area is going to be ut, and the second area is going to be half v minus u over t. So that particular thing is this. Now we are moving forward. We are very closer to it. So v is equal to u plus at, as we have just derived over there, we have just studied over there. Just put that particular thing into that equation, and you will have a miracle going to be happen, which is nothing, for example, which is nothing but ut. Be very careful, because the matching is going to be happen to you. That is nothing but u plus at, okay, minus u times t. So that u is going to be cancelled out with that particular u, and you have 80. So what we have, just see over there, be very attentive at this particular point of time. So I have ut, okay, so I have ut, okay, very good, plus I have half I have 80 over there, and this over t, because this and this are going to be cancelled. So I have 80 square, and 10 10 we have what we are going to decide over this. I know that this is going to be clumsy, but this is the way. S is equal to ut plus half at square. This is the second equation of motion. It is also called displacement time equation. Okay. Now coming to the third equation, coming to the third particular thing, coming to the third particular type of thing. Now coming to the third equation of motion, we have first equation as v is equal to u plus at. Very good. We have second equation as s is equal to ut plus half at square, which is again a very good thing. But in these two particular equation, there is a problem. We are just dependent on the time variable. What if I don't have the time? I have velocity, I have displacement, I have acceleration, but I don't have the time. So what? So I am not going to observe my equation. So for dealing with that particular problem, we have replaced the time variable. And what we have did, we have replaced the particular time variable from there to that particular thing. So it is a bit of clumsy type of thing, and it is going to bit of a very confusing type of thing. So please just be very careful with that particular thing, because now I have just taken out the value of the time here. So I have v minus u upon a is equal to t. I have put that particular thing into there. Okay, very good. So my s is equal to u, that is v minus u upon a plus half, that is a, and I have v minus u upon a into a square. Okay, this is the particular thing. It is a very bit of a lengthier process, but I hope that you will do support at this particular point of time. If you are up to here, hopefully that I am thinking so, then you are going to be a legend, man. Okay, so I have that particular thing. So I have u, I have v minus u, I have a plus half into a into v minus u whole square upon a. So that a square. Okay, so that a and a is going to be cancelled. I have single over there a. Be very careful. I have commoned out 1 upon a over there, and I have commoned out 1 a over there. I have taken the LCM and put it over there. Okay, so for taking the LCM, the 2 is going to be a very big factor. So I have multiplied 2 with over there and 2 with over there. Okay, now so this is 2a and this is 2a. So the LCM is going to be 2a. Very good. Now 2a and 2a is going to multiply at that particular point of time, which is 2a. So which is resulting me as 2as, and I have u. Let me just change the color of my pen. So I have u, v minus u plus I have 2 also over there. So I have 2 over there, and I have v minus u upon 2 square. Okay, so I have v minus u to the whole square. Now please note those particular equations, because these are going to be very helping to you. Now it is not like that we are just doing the rectification type of thing. We are learning how it is being needed, how we are not supposed to get the time into the equation, how we are supposing that we don't need the time, brother. We don't need the time into our equation. It is not like that you are going to cramp it all things. Oh my god, I have did so many things, and this is what I get. Just a second, just a freaking second, guys. This is going to be a very cliche type of thing. Just a second. Okay, so I have that particular equation. So this particular equation is nothing but 2as. Okay, so that particular equation is 2as is equal to 2u v minus u plus we have v minus u whole square. Okay, so we have v minus u whole square. I am taking comment as v minus u and v minus u over there, making at t. So making at some constant. So I have taken out v minus u over there. I have u 2u plus v minus u. Again, if you want to open the formula of a minus b to the whole square, you can also do that. but I have another type of thing. So 2as is equal to, so what I have 2u over there, so I have 2 over remaining over there, so 2u and u, so it will result me u v plus u over there, and it will result me v minus u over there. So eventually I am getting as v square minus u square, because it is a minus, it is nothing but a square, a plus b, a minus b, so which is nothing but v square minus u square, and that 2as is still with me, because that 2as is still going to over there. So this is the equation that we all are looking for. 2as, actually 2as, this is the equation that we are looking for. So that is v 2as is equal to v square minus u square. I hope that you all guys are clear over there, because if you are not, then do ask me that how it's going to be, and also you can watch the video again, because what had just happened over there. So these all are the 3 questions. Let me write it down over again for you. So all these 3 golden equations are, that is v is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, and we have 2as is equal to v square minus u square. For making you a bit of comfortable, I am writing this particular equation. I don't write that particular equation. I used to write it as v square is equal to u square plus of 2as. This is the most favorite equation. Okay, this equation will help you a lot in solving the problems. Okay, so this is the particular thing. Now, since we have derived all the 3 equations, and I don't think that anyone has any problem. If anyone has problem, then he or she may watch the video again. So the chapter is up to there onwards. All these 3 equations can be rewritten, because I have just considered as a to be a positive number, which means I have assumed that the velocity of the car is going to be increased with the particular point of time. But if in a case that acceleration is going to be decreased over a point of time, then all these 3 equations will be replaced. You can rewrite those equations as I am going to replace that a with minus a. So my all the equations are going to be written as v is equal to u minus at. The another equation that I am going to tell you is u is equal to, s is equal to ut minus half at square, and another equation, it is square, sorry, and another equation which is very crucial to us, that is this particular equation, which is the golden equation that I used to call it as. So v square is equal to u square minus ka 2as. This is the thing, brother. I hope that you guys are clear over there. If you have 2 questions, then do let me know as. And so this particular video is up to there. Most probably the next video is going to be on the question format. So I hope that you will do support me if you want. So this is the way. Okay, if you have any particular doubt, then do let me know as, and also you can share the video so that maximum guys can get the benefit also. And if for the revision purpose, this video is going to be very helpful for you. So I think that I have covered all the important topics to you in a very less time. I hope that I don't bother you. So thank you very much for guys if you are over there. So thank you very much.